Alright, what's good, YouTube? Oh, let's fix that. What's good, YouTube? So, today, welcome to another video. But today, we're gonna be putting a bunch of fluids into the truck to make sure that it is good for Moab. Because I don't think I've told you guys, maybe I have. I think I did in the last video at the very end. But I'm taking the truck to Moab this weekend. Today's Monday. I want to try and post this Thursday. We'll find out. But I'm gonna be double checking all the fluids I can in this thing. I've learned by doing a quick inspection that I can't really fill my rear diff, and that's the one that's actually leaking. I did buy some fluid for it. I bought some gear oil for it, but I don't know if it will work. You can't really see me, but I don't know if it'll 100% work. I don't know how to fill it up. So I kind of just bought gear oil for no reason for now, because the front's fine. The front's fine is the thing, because it has a cover there, but it's not leaking. It's not leaking on either side. The top of it's because my oil pan leaks. But that's just old truck things, pretty much. But so I'm gonna try and fill this stuff up. I'm gonna try and fill it up with all the fluids I can. I checked not too long ago. The oil's not that bad. I actually just filled it up a little bit, but I still have more. We're gonna make sure it's topped off. We got ATF for the transfer case. That's the right name, transfer case. We're gonna make sure that's topped off because that one leaks. And then of course coolant. I don't think I've ever really put coolant in this thing, and so I don't fully know how much coolant's actually in it. So I'm gonna make sure and top that off. I just went to the store. I just went to O'Reilly's and I mainly bought coolant and gear oil, but I couldn't find more ATF, so we're just gonna use what we have for now. But let's get to it. Also, if you're wondering why I have this thing on my nose, it's to try and help me breathe better. I found it on Temu for like $4, so I was like, you know, I've seen them, why not give it a try? My nose is crooked, so why not give it a try? And so far, I like them. They're not too bad. You do kind of look a little weird, but you basically just have to explain to every single person, like I just have, to help me try and breathe better. But now let's actually get to it. No, you can't. We'll do that for now. But as of you who don't know, square bodies typically will come with a transfer case exactly as this one. This is a NP 203. NP is new process, but this is a 203 transfer case. I know the older ones, 67 to 72, those four-wheel drives typically will come with a 205, as far as I know. And then square bodies from 73 to I think 87, four-wheel drives will typically come with this transfer case. So now you guys know. But now we will put oil in this thing. Well, yeah, ATF in this thing. Make sure it's more topped off, because I don't know if you guys can, I don't know if you can see very well, but it likes to leak right there and a tiny bit there, and it also leaks at the very end. I tried to put a new seal, but I guess the seal is kind of dog shit. So we're gonna take that off. And we're gonna make sure it's filled. Because I don't know if you could see all this orange goop. I took this whole half case off because when I originally drained it to take this off, I found good old bearing pieces from there. And so I took it off to try and find the bearings, but I couldn't find the bearing on it basically disintegrated. And so I tried to look for it, I tried to replace it, but I couldn't find it. I've been rocking with I think a missing bearing for a good minute, but everything seems to function fine. I've tried to use 4-wheel drive when I put the drive shaft in, so everything should work on it. But it's pretty much, you take that bolt out, use this pump mechanism. I'll show you guys in a second. I don't know if you can see it right here. You can barely see it. That thing right there. We gotta take that cover off. It's not too difficult. I don't 100% know what size it is, I'm gonna be honest. I did also have to replace speedometer cable. That thing also decided to stop working, I think from the previous owner. So now it has a new one and it actually works. I know there's quite a fair bit of square bodies that don't have working speedos. But you take this pump thing, you can find it usually at your local AutoZone or O'Reilly's. And you just stick it into your bottle. And you put that in. And you start pumping. Then you just do this and pump some good old ATF. You're supposed to fill it till it starts coming back out of the fill hole. But I don't know if I have enough for that. Right. Now I do have a second bigger bottle. Okay, well, that's very unfortunate. I dropped the frickin' nozzle piece down into here. There's supposed to be an extender on here that makes it come out, but it frickin' fell. And so I will be back when I fix this issue. So I'll be honest, this really sucks. I've been trying to fill it, but every single which way I keep making a ginormous mess. I don't know if you can see that mishap over there. It's a ginormous mess. It's not fun, not enjoyable. Do not wear clothes you enjoy, because you will ruin them like I just freaking did. It's a mess. I tried doing that and I made a mess there. This, I will just say, this sucks. In my experience, it's not going how I want whatsoever. I don't even know if I want to keep trying to frickin' refill it because I just keep making a mess everywhere. it's rough. I'll just say that. I think I'll just cut back to when it's more or less done. I'm struggling, I'll be honest with this. It's a pain in the ass. Yeah, I'll cut it back to when it's done. Alright. Right. So I don't know if you guys can see that. But it's filled. It's properly filled, actually. I didn't think I was gonna be able to fill it all the way. But holy shit almighty. I'll be honest. That was a nightmare. It's done. Now I shouldn't have to worry about it for a while. But it works. It's completely full. So now it leaks. It'll be fine for a little bit. But on to the next thing to fill it. Yup. I'll see you there. Right. So now we're on putting oil in this thing. I have an actual full thing of spare oil. And then I have this big old jug. That's actually technically for GN. But we're gonna put oil in this thing, and I will show you guys how to do that. Right, so I don't know exactly where I can put my camera to be able to show you guys, but maybe I can try and do it while holding it. This does feel still a bit warm, so I don't think we'll put a whole lot in here. Come on. Well, you take that cap off. If you have a vent on this side, you can technically put oil on this side too. But you take that vent off, and so you have access to the valve cover. And on a little 350 small block Chevy, you just add oil through there, and that's basically the premise of it. The motor's still warm, so I don't know how accurate it'll really be, if I'm honest. Maybe now it'll actually somewhat focus. See that full line? It's pretty close. That's a little better. Okay, on camera it doesn't look as much, but it's pretty close. We're just probably gonna add just a tad bit in. And you just get a funnel and try and fill there. I don't know if I can, maybe I won't be able to. Maybe. Just barely. So I was using this funnel for transfer case. But you take your oil, good old oil, and you just put it in with the funnel the best you can. Maybe like that much. Because I already filled it not too long ago when I checked it. So now that's oil done. Take your cap, squeeze in here. And for those of you who don't know, this is a breather tube. Originally, before I put this Edelbrock carburetor on, this hole was actually for, it basically to heat the motor faster. There was a breather tube that went up here and then into the stock airbox. And so that made it so it vented the engine, was kind of the main reason, but it was there to vent the engine and to actually heat up the motor faster for when it's like wintertime and stuff, like now would be kind of nice. But it just used all the heat from inside the motor, went back into the intake, and that's basically how it heated the motor faster. But because I got rid of that and now have this intake, I put a breather tube on, and I wanted to match chrome with everything because it had chrome valve covers, which is pretty nice. I try to polish them a little bit. It's kind of polished. You can see my knee from there. But that's how you fill oil. So now we have that part done. And so now we're gonna check coolant, which is just right here. The truck should be cool enough. Get off. Bam. It's cool. So you've likely seen videos of people taking it off when it's hot. It pressurizes, which is why there's this cap here. That's why there's a spring right there. It pressurizes it. And so that's actually kind of how it works for if you overheat. It pressurizes that, and then if it bubbles fast, it'll go into there, into your overflow. But you can't see, but you're supposed to see coolant in there. I don't really see much, so we're just gonna top it off, make sure it's good, and then we'll just keep that bottle inside the truck for if we need. I like to make sure my vehicles have extra fluids at all times because I don't really want to be stranded anywhere needing a fluid, especially be stuck in Moab having a leak or something, and say I run out of coolant or something. I just don't want that. And so I'm making sure I have every single fluid possible just so that won't happen. I try and run fluids in all my vehicles, make sure I have extra of everything. Even my little Z, I had a coolant leak, so I actually had I had a big old bottle like that of coolant inside of there. But now we're just gonna fill it a little more with coolant. We're just gonna maybe clean the funnel, reuse that, put it in. Just make sure it's topped off. I'll try and set the camera for you to see, but we'll find out. Bam. Just like that. Clean this real fast. Just because it's a brand new bottle, and trying to pour it in is not very easy. So apparently it decided to stop recording. Not sure why. My camera loves to do that for some freaking reason. I don't know when it stopped, but it's filled. I don't know if you can see the fluid. You can sort of see the reflection. It's pretty topped off. And so that's coolant done. And I think that's pretty much all the fluids I could ever need. I do need. I'm struggling to put this back on for some reason. Oh my goodness gracious. There we go. Okay, I got it on. Maybe. Just have to double check. Make sure it's on all the way. So that is coolant done. I'll probably just put that behind my seat. Make sure that I have coolant. Actually, we gotta check brake fluid. Usually on a Chevy you just pop that off. Look in there. Yeah, it looks pretty full. Pretty solid. show your clips right there. Bam. So I got brake fluid, coolant, oil, transfer case is good. Diffs, I guess we'll just have to leave alone. The transmission should be fine. And that should be all the fluids in this truck. Yeah, I think that's all fluids in the truck. Now, check tire pressures. Make sure those are good for the drive there. We'll adjust them when we get there. Probably drop them down to like 18 PSI for trails. And I think that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed this little video of me double checking all the fluids in the truck. Should be ready for Moab. Lights are good. I adjusted those. Those are all good. I think it's about good. Gas works. I'll only get like 10 miles to the gallon, but that's just owning an old Chevy with a V8. I think that's about it. I do gotta pack clothes and all that. I would low-key like to stay inside it, into there, but I hear a plane. But for this trip, we aren't going to. When it gets warmer, most definitely will. Cause you've seen the video. I have the bed made. I've still got to do a bunch of the interior for it, but we're working on it. We're getting there. We've got the main stuff for it. Now it's just building a camper, pretty much. We'll get everything done for it soon enough, but you guys will see the process of it every bit of the way I can film it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this little video of me basically just filling fluids in the car, in the truck. Tires, I'll probably just check tire pressures, not off camera. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, wait. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, keep rocking. Love you. And I'll see you guys when I'm in Moab and in the next video. Peace out. You're